Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know how it goes. We are back in the building.
We're back, baby.
We're back. We're back, coach.
It feels good. It feels good to be back. I like seeing that poo background. Gets me fired up for the weekend.
There you go. There you go. Classic, classic, classic scenery. You know what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome to High School Basketball Weekly, the number one high school show in New York City.
That's
I
right.
am your host, Glenn Poole Harding, always with my guy.
Brian Reichert.
And this is what we do tonight, tonight. We are celebrating New York City High School's girl basketball tonight.
Ladies.
Woo wee! We are definitely celebrating the ladies tonight. Um, we have city and state champions, Brooklyn Law and Tech and High School of Construction. So sit back, grab your popcorn because it's about to be a movie. Let's go. Coach, look at you jamming over there. What you doing? You jamming over there,
Dude,
coach?
I just wish the intro would keep going, man. I'm always jamming out by the time you catch me.
You already know, man. You already know. Well, listen, tonight we got some special guests in the building, and we are celebrating the ladies tonight. Of course, the fellas with the coaches, but the focus is definitely on the girls tonight for doing a wonderful job. Uh, and our first guest, uh, we have first guests, as we would say, right? Tonight we have one of Brooklyn's most dominating high school girls team, New York City in general. Brooklyn Law and Tech joining us. We have head coach Mike Lloyd and his star player, the one and only Zanaya Parsons, who is the do-it-all point guard that makes everything look so easy on the court. So please, welcome them both to the show. Hello there, good people.
Hi.
How you doing? Look at that. She just comes on. You have to be shy tonight. It's all love. We've been watching you all year do your thing. And you know, Coach Mike, man, look, brother, so proud of you. You do it all with so much class. And sometimes, you know, you look so cool on the sideline. I don't know whether you get intense or not. I've seen those situations, but not too many, man. But welcome you both to the show. Glad to have you. Um, it's been a super year. It's been a super year, right? And at the last time I saw you, coach, was at South Shore. And you just let me know, we just got to put it together. It was a great test for you guys and the girls. What did you tell them when you went back to the locker room?
That day, oh man.
You can leave out the explicits. We get it.
Yeah. Long story short, I just told them like, yo, we gotta put it together. We gotta play. You know what I mean? So
That's real.
That's it.
And Coach, talk about a little bit about your roster construction this year because it's definitely unique. Definitely a unique squad. These lady Jets, but just talk about your roster this year and how really great these girls have really been.
So we got one senior. Zanaya was our lone senior. it was different because this was the first time we've had only one senior, and actually one player with only with playoff experience. She was the only one who really had playoff experience. And we had 4 juniors. You know, some of them didn't play as much last year. You know what I mean? In that role because of the seniors we had before them. Then we had 1 sophomore, and then we had 4 freshmen. You know what I mean? So we were super young, super inexperienced. So we had to really kind of like work and just put it together. So it started early, and a lot of like planning going into it, a lot of game planning, a lot of play development. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that going on. It worked out for us.
Coach, you holding your phone, right?
Yeah.
Your hand is probably over the speaker. That's why I'm probably getting some feedback. So,
Oh, my bad. I got you.
That's all right.
How
Cool,
about now? You good now?
Yep.
Got you.
Good.
All right.
Yep. So, Coach, tell me, what is life like at Brooklyn Law and Tech, and how is the relationship with the staff and student body, and how much do they support the student athletes?
It's all right. It's day to day. You know what I mean? We know the saying, when you win and everybody love you. You know what I mean? We got that. You know, you got others who just, for lack of a better term, is just like, I don't know, like some support it, some don't. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, that's not what we do it for. I do it for the person you see right in the camera screen. I do it for the ones that come before, the ones that's here now, and the ones that come after. So at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. You know.
Got you.
Yeah, and Coach, I got a question for you. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the PSAL, but I want your kind of take on this kind of question I'm going to throw at you. Just I want your opinion. You know, talk about some of the other coaches in your league and your kind of relationships with them, because I think, you know, you're a guy very likable. You know, I know a lot of people in the league respect you, a lot that you've done. So to get this kind of insight question from you, like, how do you get along with the other coaches in the league, and like, is there a lot of respect between a lot of the other coaches, and like, do you kind of collaborate? Because I know there's such intensity to win and to want to be great, and you know, I know your girls are the same way. But is there also still that kind of respect going on in the league, around the league, Coach?
For the most part, I say yes, but you still got the competitive part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. We had we won a summer league. We won a high school summer league. Out of the summer league, out of the 6 teams in the 1A, 2A, 3 that made the championship, 5 of them were in our league. You know what I mean? So I do have a good rapport with some of them. Then you got the others who, like, you know, lack of better terms, like Law Tech, we on top right now, right? So they're gonna come for you. So with that, I understand competition. The only thing I just say with some people is, like, you know, we can have competition, we could be, you know, we could compete, but we don't got to be fun. You know what I mean? So you have some of that, some guys who like always try to pick your brain, and then now they, you know, it's their chance now, so they kind of act a little different. So with that part, I like them to kind of, you know what I mean? But other than that, like, if it's about the girls, about the game, growing the game, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? If it's not about that, about the kids, I don't really want to do it.
True. I'm still hearing some feedback, Coach, so you probably want to pull your phone back just a little bit.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, so Zanaya, how does it feel being the only senior in the team? And what kind of responsibility does that give you? Because you playing with like 4 freshmen on the varsity team, right?
Yeah.
Which is amazing. How has Coach, or just tell me about the responsibilities you have, and I'm gonna ask you another question besides that. All right, Coach?
The start of it, like, very beginning, it was a lot of pressure because I was the only there was new people coming in. So I had to be like, be the role model, like, captain of the team to help everybody game. At first, I felt like it was a lot of pressure. Then over time, I had to.
Nice. And what kind of challenges did Coach, like, tell me some of the things that Coach, you know, put on you as the lone senior? Because look, I've never been in that position before. I've always been one of the freshmen playing with older guys coming up. And then when I became a senior, I had other seniors to do it with me. But being the lone senior, give me one thing that Coach put on your shoulders that you had to carry throughout the whole year, knowing you had a young team?
I had to be able to take responsibility and other than like help us, like, for the whole year. I had to try to get it done, like, be able to help and make people better on the floor. Like, worry about me all the time.
I like
this, Coach. Yeah.
Now, as the queen of the castle, I want to know what's your favorite moment of this season. Give us your favorite moment.
My favorite moment, besides the championship, was when we traveled away and we went away to like Virginia or Washington to play on the road against all over.
I love that. It's an awesome experience, right? You had fun. Have you ever been to those places before? Or that was the first time you've been out there.
Yeah, it was my first time.
That's great.
Okay, I've seen this picture before. Like I see it on your room wall. I've seen it in school. What does the 23 CBG mean? Let the word, because I seen this before, and I'm like, I'm trying to say that's not her name in this. She was like, what?
23 is my jersey number, and CBG stands for Can't Be Guarded. It's like a nickname for myself.
Hold on. We're gonna blow whistle for that.
Oh yeah.
I hear that. Look, listen. Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna go back to that South Shore game. I was just saying to myself, the stuff that you were doing on the floor, right? And knowing that they had putting 2 or 3 girls on you, and you taking the ball up full court, the full length of the court, and then have to score and still distribute the ball, being the leader. I was like, yo, this girl is nice. And then once the playoffs start, seeing you be able to do it with so much ease, man, that definitely CBG. I'm with that. I'm with that for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I love that CBG, and it's true. And you've had an unbelievable year. I'm dying to know what schools are you talking to? Are you getting ready to kind of get on to that process of playing at the next level? Any schools talking to you right now?
Yeah, a couple schools still talking to me, but I kind of still figure out my coach best option for me as of right now.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, Coach, because you this is back-to-back years, correct?
Three. Lil Wayne voice, 3P.
3P. Oh, hold on, my bad. Facts. This is the 3P. And look, there's been a myth about girls and boys alike playing in the 1A, 2A, and 3A that they can't go Division 1. And I remember 2 years ago you sent the girl over to Wagner, right? Was it 2 years ago? Last year? What was it?
So it was last year, but let's rewind back 2 years ago. So the last 3 years we sent the girls Division 1. In 21 we sent Kayla Dawkins to St. Peter's. In 22 we sent India Green to St. Peter's. 23 we sent Kara Edmonds to Wagner, who actually she got I think Rookie of the Week a few times. So the notion that you only got to play in a 4A or AA to go to Division 1, we show that that's not true.
That's right. Break all those stereotypes, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And Coach, I want to ask you, what do you kind of look into developing players? What's your kind of philosophy, especially having a lot of young girls on your team, very impressionable? What do you kind of preach? Is Brooklyn Law Tech's culture? What's Coach Lloyd's little imprint on these girls when they're coming in?
We pride ourselves on 2 things: player development and college placement. So you come to Law Tech, those 2 things is going to happen. And if we focus on those 2 things, the kid wins, the family wins, the program wins, then ultimately we win. So when you look at Zanaya, when she first came in, a lot of people didn't know who she was. Freshman year, sophomore year, she had to play a different role. She actually was a forward for us. Last year was her first year playing point guard. And now you see on the floor, she was able to handle the ball, the double team. She was able to play off the ball in the mid-post area. She was able to pop out and do a lot of different things. That all came from development. You know what I mean? So she's a true testament. We have other players that came before her, other players who's in the program now who develop and get better. So, we're not just going to come up here and just try to get the best players and just act for everything. It's a progress. It's a process. We got a system. We got a program that we run.
Zanaya, how does it feel to wrap up your senior year with another championship? Like, to leave high school as a champion got to mean so much. How does it make you feel? And not 2-time MVP, maybe 3-time MVP, depending on the tournaments y'all played in.
2-5 this year.
She won 5. Hold
She
on,
won 5.
coach. Hold on.
She ain't gonna tell you that. She won 5.
Woo, 5 MVPs can't be guarded. You heard? Don't forget that.
I love that. Now, Zanaya, what's your message?
Hold on. I don't think she answered the question, coach. Let's let her answer the question.
Right.
When it my senior year, I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt happy. Like I feel like I got my goal. My goal was to. That's what I did. So I accomplished. Like,
Can't be guarded.
Yeah.
Floor is yours, coach.
And to go out in style, I mean, just so awesome. And I was just gonna say, what's the message for the rest of the Brooklyn Lawn Tech Nation? You want to leave your message for the rest of the girls. If you could give them a little message right now, what would you say for the Future Girls program?
me?
Yep, you.
I would say my message is to like try to get it done again next year. Like I feel like they could get it done. Like same thing, just gonna be like another week. Like I feel like I believe I got the confidence that they. Like,
Keep it going, right? See as many as they can rack up in a row, right, Coach?
Now, coach, again, you have 4 freshmen on your team.
Mm-hmm.
That hold on for a sec, because I want to make sure I get this right. On Alicia Pierre,
Mm-hmm.
is that the little guard that be shooting from deep?
Yes.
Oh my God! Hold on, fam. Cause we could have just as well invited her up here as well. Alicia, wherever you at, oh girl, you got a gunner on you. I'm talking about from anywhere, and it's like every time she gets the ball and she's looking to shoot, like I'm already saying, yep, bucket.
Oh yeah.
She's a bucket. What does that mean, knowing that you had her out there? She's coming back next year, correct?
She's coming back. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did she always had that gun when you know? And we're not saying gun like illegal. We talking about that jump shot, right? She always had that jump shot.
She walked in with that. That was her. She walked in with that. You know what I mean? So she transferred to us this year. She came in with that, and like the key was like when I know you mentioned the other games we talked about before, but when those two get rolling and clicking, it's tough for the opponents to guard because like who you want keying on, and then we had other pieces around them, and then the one part that people don't talk about is our defense. You know what I mean? They all play defense, and we get the ball to them two, and they make the plays, and they make my job a little easier.
It's not like have someone that can do it all. Somebody out there just waiting. Because if y'all trap her, she gonna be wide open, knocking them down for 3.
Right.
Yeah, Pooh, you got any more? These guys have killed every single one I've asked. I mean, these guys.
Yeah. Coach, let's have some fun with Zanaya real quick.
Oh, you ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
We got to get her on the hot seat a little, Coach. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say it. Zanaya, who does the best impression of Coach Lloyd on the team?
who could do that? I would say me or Blesser.
I love it. Now,
all right, hold on. What would your impression be of Coach Lloyd?
Me? Probably my reactions of him on the side. Do something dumb in the game.
His body language is definitely classic. He's not like a big yeller. Coach is not like a big yeller. But his body language, oh my God, definitely. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, as Pooh wants to know, Zanaya, who's the best dancer on the team and who's the best hype man pregame?
The best dancer on the team?
Yep.
I'll give that to Madison Brown.
Okay, Madison Brown. Is she the best hype man before the games too?
The best hype I'll give that to Alicia.
Okay. Who's the toughest girl you've had to guard in your career so far?
I had to guard.
Yep.
I actually don't know. I haven't done.
That's because she's worried about she can't be guarded.
Because she can't be guarded. That's why she like.
That's why she don't know.
Opponent.
What you said again? Say it again.
I was trying to say one of my former teammates' opponent though.
You can say it.
Yeah, when I was her name was Tamia. She's a senior.
Okay. Now who got you into the game of basketball?
My dad.
Yeah.
When I was younger, yeah.
Now, what's like the most important thing you would say he taught you during your time in basketball?
He taught me.
Yep.
I gotta have the confidence to play the game, like not worry about like anybody else.
I love that. And then tell us and the rest of the people watching how important Coach Lloyd is to this program.
He's very important. Him, it wouldn't be that it is. Like it wouldn't. We wouldn't have the team that we have, the reputation that like he tells us to like carry ourselves very like not too cocky, not like have the right amount of confidence. We got it to play against any other team there is.
Pooh, you got any more? She's a pro, man. She's ready.
Yeah. Zanaya, who's the best gamer on the team? Yes.
Gamer, I would say I give it to sophomore.
And hold on. And this is the first time a player haven't said me. This is the first time we asked that question and everyone says, I'm the best gamer. This is dope. Well, listen, Coach, Zanaya, we appreciate the both of you coming on. It's been a pleasure. And again, when you make that announcement about where you're going to go, come back on High School Basketball Weekly and let us know. That's right. We family now. That's right.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. You guys are awesome. You guys had a tremendous year, and you guys are exactly what the PSAL is all about. So thank you guys again for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
All right, take care. All right, enjoy your night. Yep.
The queen of the castle, man. Can't be guarded.
Yo, listen, I was seeing that sign and she would have pictures, taking pictures in school and it be behind her. And I'm saying to myself, okay. Then I see another picture. It's behind her again. And I'm saying, it's not her initials.
Yeah.
And she said, it can't be guarded. Oh, I should let her know because I'm wearing her number.
2-3, baby.
There you go. Should have saw her. I hope she see this. Definitely. I forgot I was wearing this Hall of Fame sweatshirt I got from the Hall of Fame museum out in Springfield, Massachusetts. So
you've been out there?
Yeah, man.
Tell me a little bit about it. Definitely worth the trip. Awesome.
It's an awesome trip.
Yeah.
It's an awesome trip. And if you ever want to go, my brother, I'll be willing to take the trip with you because I went out there and I still didn't get a chance to see the whole exhibit, right? It's so many things. You get caught up in reading.
They got college too, right? They have so much.
Everything. People in high school, like, Kenny Anderson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar jerseys.
That's
everything that you want to know, like for a real basketball head. That's definitely a place that I think everyone should visit when they get a chance. Definitely. Naismith Hall of Fame. Definitely worth it. I definitely want to go back. So, yeah, definitely a place to visit. And that was my first time, so I was like a kid in the candy store.
I'm sure you were, man. You'd be like me. It'd take us like 20 minutes to get down each piece. You kidding me? I'd be staring at everything in awe. I mean, it's definitely a trip on my bucket list. And also, we made a little light of it. A three-peat
Yeah,
for them
yeah,
girls. Man, what a career for Zanaya, my lord. She's got to be one of the all-time winningest girls in PSAL history.
yeah.
Right?
3 in a row. We got them and South Shore that kind of dominate Brooklyn and the whole city. Not even just Brooklyn, just the whole city on the amount of championships they won consecutively. So this is definitely awesome, man. I can't wait for our next guest to come through. But till they come through, Coach, did you hear about there's like 1,500 kids in the portal right now?
Oh my God!
We
Surprised.
just talking about basketball. We not even talking about all sports. We just talking about basketball.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the number's not higher. It's crazy. 1,500. I mean, the amount of names. I put an article, and I probably finished the article, and there were like 4 more names added to the portal by the time I was done.
Wow.
It was just absolutely nuts. Big names, and it goes into a lot of what me, you, Tiny, and John were talking about. Like, it's kind of become like a feeder system.
Yep.
Whether it's different levels, whether it's D2 feeding D1 low majors, or the low majors feeding mid majors, or the low end mids. Those guys are winning Player of the Year and then running up to the Power Five. So, Christian Leitner went on a thing and absolutely bashed the NIL and bashed the portal and said it's so horrible for the game. It's definitely a good debate, because I feel bad for the kids, Phil, and I'm with you. Kids should be able to leave. The Charleston coach just left and became the Louisville coach after he signed like a 6-year extension. You know what I mean?
Happens all the time.
Yeah. So the coaches are in the portal pretty much. So, I can't really blame the players.
Listen, okay, so let me get my numbers straight. It says college basketball transfer portal. College basketball transfer portal has been open for about a week, and now more than 900 men Division I players who have entered so far. So that's just Division I.
Yeah,
right?
that's just D1.
That's just D1.
In a week.
That's
and
crazy.
It's crazy. So
look, again, for those that know me, for those that don't know me, I am a truth seeker. Those of you will call that a conspiracy theorist. But I'm telling you, the reason why the transfer portal exists is not because of COVID. The reason why the transfer portal exists and will not go away because players are able to get paid. So the way you cause mass confusion is you create a transfer portal, which have players leaving and going and going and coming and going, and then it's going to be a lot of players that get stuck in the transfer portal and lose their scholarship or don't have a school to go to. So when you wave that fruit or that dollar sign and say, come over here, life is better over here, it just may not be.
No,
and this is
there's a lot of horror stories, Pooh. You're 100%.
This is the future of college basketball because the players are getting paid right now, and they want to make sure there is mass confusion, and this is what's going on right now.
Yeah, and there's so many good stories, but like you said, there's a ton of bad ones. A lot of guys getting lost in the shuffle. A lot of guys just hanging around and just playing for money and not giving a crap about the game, holding up spots. There's a lot of really weird stuff going on attached to the NIL. It's definitely made a lot of things interesting.
Definitely, it is only going to get
more
interesting. It's more interesting, more crazy. And to even go back to your point where you talked about the college coaches being able to pick up millions of dollars when they want to leave, right? Jerry McNamara left Syracuse and is taking the head coach's job at Siena, and he's going to get paid a ton of money.
Yeah.
What does that do for a kid like Ja'Kai Sanders, who had to open up his recruiting because of that, of coaches leaving or getting fired.
Yeah.
That doesn't guarantee the kid a scholarship.
And at least it happened to Ja'Kai quickly, right, Pooh? He
Right.
could have committed to them for 3 years and then got this rug pulled out from under him. So
Yeah.
at least he's been talking to some schools. That's what happens to guys all the time. You know, guys commit early and then all of a sudden. So that's why I crack up, Pooh. I see these lists from these kids in the portal, you know, with like 8 or 9 D1s. It's like, you better hop on them, man. Don't wait. You know, that list will be 3, 2, and 1 and gone in a minute.
I was talking to someone today, and they was asking me, do I know about any body that's looking for, you know, any players, because he only got accepted to a D3 school,
Yeah.
right? But he doesn't have any offers. But the D3 school wants him. And I'm saying to him, I said to him, why doesn't he jump on the D3 school? Like, why does it, you got to go to a place where they want you. And I think a lot of times players sit back and they wait for a better opportunity, and that opportunity never comes.
Never comes. The waiting game is a tough one, man. You have to be a certain type of level of prospect or have a certain amount of, you know, like tape or a like type of attraction, you know, because prospects are a dime a dozen. They don't wait anymore. Coaches feel like they could, you know, kind of make their own type of players. And you'll hear a guy like Matt Painter say, the head coach of Purdue, after the top 10 guys, 11 through 1,000 are a complete crapshoot. And he probably is right. And I'm even a guy involved in some rankings. And I'll be the first guy to tell you that.
This is why I'm about to put up soon NYC Hoop Reality 101, and then we're going to go 102. We're going to turn that into a series. All right. And I said, tag me if you are the leading scorer or, excuse me, if you are the leading scorer on your team and do not have an offer. College coaches' priorities: transfer portal players, JUCO players, prep school players, high school players. That is the order.
And Pooh, how deep is the JUCO league? How many JUCO leagues are there? 1 million?
Yes.
How many prep leagues are there? 1 million? Not Pooh's just not saying JUCO and prep. It's prep times 1 million, JUCO times 1 million. So, you know, you may have that offer from a Manhattan or, you know, a Bryant or a school that you may say, oh, you know, they're a little below my level. Are they? I mean, they're the ones that believe in you. You could sit around and wait for whoever you want, you know, but if you have an offer, you should really consider jumping on it if it's legitimate.
For sure. Salute to my guy, CK from up top. What up, CK?
The man.
Definitely got to bring you in, man. I think should bring him in next week.
He could definitely come, even if it's a little spot. I mean, I'd love to have him on anytime because there's a ton of action going on upstate. Guys are going to prep schools all over the place.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. Man, when you fall into a situation where you have 1 or 2 offers, you should really consider about taking one of those 2 offers. It's not like back in the days. My guy who's at a Division III school right now, won't name the school, and I won't put my guy on blast. But y'all should hear his strategy. His strategy is so ill, he's not even going at the high school players.
Nope.
I'm not even going to give away a strategy, but he's just like, yo, Pooh, I'm at a Division III, and I'm not even looking at high school players.
Yeah, just think about that, what you just said. I really hope every parent, every coach, every player thinks about it. It's insane. A Division III coach is not looking at high school players. Did you hear that? He's looking at Division II fallbacks. He's looking at, guys who are struggling in D2, guys who live close to him that are struggling at D1. He's constantly waiting for someone who's unhappy. Think about that, high school prospects. Not a guy who's thrilled to go to the school. He's trying to get someone who had a problem somewhere. That's how fast they need the change. They can't wait for you to develop in college. They need the results now. Or you know why? He's fired, right, Pooh? He's gone.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm gonna bring in some older guys who have had experience, that bounced around, and they'll give me 1 or 2 good years, right?
Or 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I said I've heard a coach in
right.
the Buffalo area say that a coach at Buff State needs grown men in D3. If I would tell y'all where my guy is going to look for his talent for next year and the strategy he has, it will blow your mind. So I'm telling you guys, that's in high school, and it's basically for the guys. I think the girls a different situation. For sure. I think there's always a place for really good girl talent. But since there's so much guy talent that's spread around in so many different places, it can be kind of slim, right? The pickings can be kind of slim.
That's why you got to be smart. You got to be aggressive. You got an offer, Pooh, right? First of all, you should be coming up with a list of schools that you want to go to. And then if you're getting offers from those types of programs, you stay with it, Pooh. If not, you need a reality check. You got to drop a little bit. All right? You got to think of schools you can go to. Say you get that offer to, a D2 Malloy. Does it have your major, right? Does it have what you want to do in life? And then maybe you take that offer and you call a couple other schools in that league and say, hey, they're offering me. What do you think? Do you have any spots? They may say, hey, we don't even know who you are. Time to move on. But you should do a little due diligence, do a little tracking, talk to those schools, reach out, and be smart and quick because they're not going to wait around on you. They're not. They're waiting around a kid from Duke to be unhappy and somehow get to the school. You know what I mean?
No, that's real.
That's serious. They're looking for the crazy transfers. They're looking for the prayers in the portal. And, they'll take a Division II, all conference player over some freshman who was awesome in New York City,
That's true. Well, get our next group of guests that just entered the room.
Let's go.
Tonight we got Coach Jason Salamanca and the ladies from the High School of Construction who led the Red Hawks to a city and state championship win, led by freshman sensation Jordan Elijah and junior Leila, Portugal, Roman. Let's bring them in the room.
They're here.
Hey, what's up, Coach Sal?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I gotta apologize that I'm in my car. I actually just left Good Friday services. I'm in my car.
It's all good, Coach. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say on a normal year, I wouldn't do this type of thing on Good Friday, but this is not a normal year, so we're looking forward to this.
That's right. All praise due. Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we want to keep you ladies long, and Coach, we appreciate you for taking your time out for your services on Good Friday. But we're going to jump right into this. I know if you heard some of the talk we were talking about in the background with the transfer portal and things of that nature. It is such a mess out here. But like I told you, is the mess is more, I think, on the guys' end coming out of high school. I don't know how much does it affect the girls on their end, right? Do you see it as a problem on the girls' end, college coaches not wanting to take younger girls. Is that happening on you guys' end as well?
No, I definitely can see how that's a problem for high school recruitment. Like I just heard you guys say before, when you got coaches not even looking at high school kids because everybody's transferring and this window has become, more common than actually staying in your school, that's a problem. So, I think there should be some type of new rule which could limit that, maybe possibly forcing an athlete to sit out a year if they want to transfer, and maybe they could reduce the numbers. But you know, I'm all for a student athlete if they want to leave, if they're not happy where they're at, then they should have the opportunity to leave. But maybe they should sit out a year, and things like that would happen less, and the transfer portal won't be outrageous like it is right now.
But once you open Pandora's box, it's hard to close it back, right? Because a couple of years ago, they could have used the excuse for the transfer portal being, COVID, right? So we want to
Right.
give kids a chance, but they said, okay, we know COVID is over. Let's just keep it open because we got to pay these kids.
Yeah,
And I
no,
think that's where the mass confusion comes in.
yeah, it's a tough situation, and I don't know if anybody has the right answer because I don't think you're gonna make every. There's no way to make everybody happy. Like you see all these major Division I college coaches speaking out on it, just being frustrated because they don't even know how to go about recruiting student athletes anymore because there's just no, there's nothing that's gonna have the kid committed to staying. So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know, I don't know the numbers, but it looks like there's more kids transferring than staying nowadays, and that's crazy.
900 in Division One
in the
Wow.
first week.
in the first week.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean conference player of the year, coach, like guys who are like all-time greats at these schools with like 2 years left, just jumping right in the portal, just to leave, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I think maybe forcing them to sit out here could help a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know.
Now I'm not. Listen, I don't have any dog in this fight, but I know if a coach can have a better opportunity to get a job somewhere else, he's not looking at his kids like, you know what, I'm gonna turn down that job off to stay with these kids. A lot of them are taking that big paycheck and moving on to brighter pastures. So it's
Yeah,
good for the goose, good for
you
the
can't
gander.
blame them. I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we got to talk about the champs, man. We
that's
got
right. That's right. That's what we're here. We're here to celebrate the champs tonight. We're here to
the
celebrate the
ladies
champs
in the
tonight.
champs, and
That's right.
I got to ask Coach right away, what was so special about this group? Because it's a special group.
Um, you know, I've been coaching the girls team for about 10 years. I used to coach the boys before that. And me being selfish or me being maybe a little cocky, I thought I could turn it around immediately. And
Yeah.
it didn't go that way. Like we took our lumps the first 3 or 4 years, and it was a long process. It was a long process. Um, and it's hard to get kids to come to your school, and especially our school, which is a very good academic school. It's not easy to get into. So, it was a long process, but I think a couple of years ago, we really started to turn the corner. Right, during COVID, we were actually in the quarterfinals when COVID hit and the season got canceled the day of our game. And
Yeah.
then the following year or the following season is when Leila Portugal came in. And, Leila is probably, if not our best player, one of our top two players that we've ever had here. And you could see that the program was about to get recognized and changed. And It's funny because I don't know if Layla remembers this because when she was a freshman, I told her, we had a conversation one time, and I told her, when you're a junior, that's going to be the year that we are going to be very good and we're going to compete for the championship. Because I knew that my daughter was coming in the year after, and I knew that Jordan was coming in the year after that, and I knew there was going to be other pieces around them. And, I don't even know if Layla remembers that conversation, but
I do.
we
I do.
had, we definitely had this year circled for a couple years now. So, um, the talent was there, the commitment was there, and the hunger and the drive became evident as the season progressed.
Yeah. So Layla, you went from averaging 16 to 21,
Phew.
right? What got into you to know that you had to step your game up when the playoffs started? Because that's a nice jump.
Yeah. I know as one of my roles on the team is to, I mean, like score and do. I felt like I just had to step up more and show more of like how I could play and just prove that I can play more than what I was doing. I knew we're playing better teams in playoffs, so I could show that I could play with good teams and compete more than I did in my regular season.
Man,
And
that. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, coach.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Layla, and it's so awesome that you said that you remember Coach talking to you about that, and it's so cool to realize it like years later. What would you say was like your kind of special moment or your favorite moment this year during your junior year?
Uh, I think actually our first round of playoffs and making it, and our team was just so happy and knowing like we could really do this and we're that good team and we could prove everybody wrong. I think that was just like a spark. We knew what we could do, and all of like the relationships we have with our teams, everybody had faith in each other. It's just everyone realizing we did what we had to do, and just boom from there we went, did what we did.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, we gonna talk to the freshman sensation now, right? Because you had a teammate like Layla that kind of showed you the way once you got to the school. But what makes the high school construction so special for you? This being your first year.
I was able to play with the players that I'm playing with now during the summer. So for our AU season, and we were able to create bonds throughout the summer. So that just carried along to the basketball season, which helped us win our games because we had better communication within us. Also, the coaching staff, Coach Sheila, I played with her during AAU, and she helped me develop my skill very well, which made me more confident in myself. And Sal has known me since I was a young kid, and he's seen me grow up. He was my first ever coach. So it just like construction as a whole, the people that I play with has very sentimental value to it.
All right, y'all. So all of you hawks out there, all of you bad advice crew out there, all of you people that's trying to latch on and try to snatch up, she ain't going nowhere, son.
Nowhere.
Back up, son. Back up, son. She's been with them since she was a kid, son. Easy. I just had to put that out there.
We had to put.
We get a lot of that, coach. So I just want to put that out there. Y'all
Yeah,
hearing
check is
it
in the mail.
first.
Now, now, Jordan. Jordan, what have you learned from talk a little bit about your transition, playing varsity ball this year, and what have you learned from players like Leila and other players on the team throughout the year? What have you picked up?
I've learned to stay humble and composed because players like me and Layla, we have a lot of skill that comes along with us. And so with that also comes a lot of hype, and all the competition is going to start getting harder because everybody's going to see that we're good players and they want to play their best defense on us. So I just learned that it's hard sometimes, but we just have to persevere and keep on going no matter what.
Coach, how supportive is the staff at construction on and off the court?
I think, we have a very supportive staff. I've heard some horror stories about other schools that, they got to take the bus and the train everywhere. They don't get a lot of practice time. They got to share the gym, and you know, I gotta give my principal a lot of credit. She gave us buses whenever we wanted them. We went to Washington D.C. We went to Florida this year, and the school was very supportive of that. These girls really got a chance to play some quality teams, and our athletic director, everybody has really been on board with us for many years actually. Um, do we want more practice time in a gym? Of course, but I feel like everybody does that. But I think, in general, very, very supportive staff. In fact, at our last game against Cardinal Spellman, the principal came on the bus with us. So
Awesome.
she very, very supportive, and we're very lucky to have her.
Salute to
That's
the
so great.
principal.
Yeah,
Yep.
shout out to for sure. I'm sure you ladies are strutting around campus. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys have absolutely killed it. I got a question for Coach. Like you said, the whole place is behind you. This is a program on the rise. You guys are traveling, doing big things. It's definitely helping your program. What could we do to make the PSAL better on the girls' side, in your opinion? Not saying that you're judging the league, but you're a guy who's been around. You've been around both leagues. What are some suggestions that you think maybe the league we could do to get the league a little better?
Well, that's a loaded question. I missed the interview with Mike Lloyd and Brooklyn Law, so I don't know if he mentioned that him and we were doing like a Instagram show during COVID, and we talked about things like that all the time, and we
Yeah,
spoke about stuff like that all the time. But it's tough because the league is so big that it's impossible to make everybody happy. And I agree with what the PSAL is doing with the divisions as far as population, because I feel like most of the country is doing that. Um, but it's very tough because we have big schools that don't have good basketball programs, and we have small schools that have great basketball programs. So it's hard because it's very easy to say, why don't we just put the top 30 teams and put them all in the top division?
yeah,
But at the same time, is it fair for a school like let's say Brooklyn Law, who they don't even have a gym, they only have a couple hundred girls to compete against a bigger school with 1,000 girls and you
resource.
know all the support that they get? It's tough because you're not playing on the same field, the same level. So I see both sides of it. I do like that they put in that point system as far as moving people up and down. I think that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
definitely.
And if I was running the PSL, or if I had some type of input, I would try to make a developmental league where you would take the schools that are really struggling, and instead of forcing them to play against these big schools, just take them out and put them in a developmental league. And if they ever want to get out, then they can pop back in. But a lot of them, they don't have a chance. So it's very hard for these coaches and these players in those schools to get motivated for games that they're going to lose by 70 points, and vice versa. It's very hard to motivate kids to play games that they're going to win so easily. Um, One thing that I would propose, and I was actually thinking about this yesterday, is um, there's two divisions in every league. Like let's say Queens 4A has two divisions, Queens 3 has two divisions, like that. I would take all the top teams, let's say in the 4A, and put them in a stronger division. Take all the teams that are going to struggle, put them in the other 4A division, and then I would eliminate the fact that you have to be a 500 record to make the playoffs. So now you could compete against good teams, and all the lower, you know, um, teams that don't have the experience could play against each other, and then the season would be more competitive, and then you don't also have to worry about not making the playoffs because you were under 500, because the boys do it. Like there's teams that make the playoffs in the boys 4A that are not 500.
Yeah,
Facts.
Um, so I think that's one thing that could be possible, that it could make everything a lot more competitive. I know there's some stuff going on behind the scenes with public school coaches trying to come up with ideas and stuff to make it a more competitive league. So, we have a lot of good people in the league. I think the people that run the league are good people. I think it's for the better. And I think the PSL is on the rise. And I think in a few years, as teams start getting moved up, you're gonna see a lot more competitive basketball.
You hit the nail right in the head, Coach, because that's one of the problems that us on the media side see with the girls, because a lot of the games are so lopsided. This is why a lot of us wait to the playoffs time to kind of see the best of the best play against each other. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm talking about for myself. When you show up to a game and a team is winning by like 70 points or 80 points, that's not good for us to watch and for us to report on. But again, this is the kind of talks that we need to have so we can start coming out to these games and give support early and know who's who and give them the same kind of spotlight that we have for the boys. Right? So I
Right.
think that's definitely something that's very important. So, Leila, what was something that Coach preached to you early on to get the girls focused on winning the whole thing?
A big thing he always preaches maturity. He said like maturity would take us a long way. My team personally is full of a lot of personality, younger girls, but maturity in school is a big thing. And on the court, he thought would really get us a far way in taking accountability of each other and not just ourselves. Yeah.
That's real. My guy CK he's upstate. He said in many of the sections in the NYSP HSAA, you have to win at least 40% of your games. Wow. And that's upstate. And that's a long ass acronym for that division too. So salute to everything they doing up there. Jordan, question for you. How did the team receive you knowing that you were just a freshman with a whole lot of game? Like, was there any pressure for you, like early on, like carrying bags and making sure you the first one at the practice, just regular freshman things. How did the team receive you being the freshman?
So obviously freshman duties, you have to carry around bags sometimes and stuff like that. But other than that, there wasn't really no pressure on me because once again, I already knew everyone on the team. I played with them before. I knew the team already had talent before I was on it. So I just knew I had a lot to work with and they were so supportive of me. As soon as I got onto the team, they made me their own family. They wasted no time to encourage me. And it was a game before it was a practice before our first playoff game. And Sal asked the team if we were ready to play like mentally the next day. And I just remember me being one of the only girls to say no because I was a freshman and obviously it was my first time in playoffs in the high school season. But the girls around me, they just kept on encouraging me and they said that I had nothing to be scared of and I was going to do great. So as a freshman, it was like I was an upperclassman on the team. They honestly don't care what grade you're in. They just treat you as family as soon as you join.
She's speaking like she a senior already. This is awesome.
She's
This is
impressing
awesome.
me.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah, man. You got a couple of pros on your hands, Coach. These ladies are ready for the big time with these answers, man. They're ready.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I know Layla doesn't really like to talk about it, but this is actually her second sport. She's actually the best shortstop in New York City.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on, let's make some noise for that. Wow, we got the best shortstop in New York City. Man.
Now, Layla, can I answer your question? Layla, can I ask you a question? I won't embarrass you or anything. But I'm dying to hear from a kid who's successful around your age. Did you ever get any pressure to only play one sport, or have you always been a kid that just loved to play other sports and stuff like that?
Since young, I've always loved being around all types of sports. I grew up around softball the most,
Hmm.
but I've always been asked, which one do you like more? Which one are you going to play? But it's always been a hard decision for me because I've built major love for both sports and dedicated myself to both sports. And as an athlete, I couldn't just take myself to play one sport. So I've by my family, I've been encouraged to play both sports. If you love it, you got to do it. But I'm going through the pressure to get better, but I couldn't. I love sports all around, so I couldn't just pick one.
Love that. Love that answer.
Oh, most definitely. Sportswoman of the year, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
Layla's only been playing basketball since middle school, pretty much. So she has been playing catch up for the first couple years, and she's really starting to get noticed now around the city.
No, she's definitely a baller. Coach, how have you challenged these young ladies throughout the season? You have them all summer, but like really, how like the year has it progressed for you to challenge them throughout the season?
You know, I think from day one we've kind of always set a high goal this year. We knew that we were capable of going all the way, and we pretty much, from day one have been saying, we're preparing to win that championship. Um, Everything we've done, from going on these trips, from playing non-leagues against some of the tougher public schools in the city, it's always been about just preparing for that championship game. And what's funny is in August we played Medgar Evers 2 times in a league, and we split with them. And I remember after the first time we played them, Coach Heath from Medgar Evers pulled me aside and was like, "If you guys don't win a championship this year with this team, I'll be shocked."
Mm,
Not knowing that this was before they changed the divisions.
Yeah.
So not knowing that we were going to be in the same division.
Yeah.
So when the
Against.
divisions came out, I think everybody in the city was telling us it's going to be you and Medgar. It's going to be you and Medgar. So we kind of were preparing for that all year. And we actually were supposed to play at the end of January, but we had to cancel because a couple of our starters got hurt. So we ended up not playing that game. And um, turned out to be a great game against a very good team, and very, very special moment.
Coach, it was more than a great game. Let me
Yeah.
tell you how you guys was terrorizing me. I had to leave before the game started to go pick up a few of my mentees, these kids that I mentored that I wanted to bring to the game. And when we got back to the gym, the line was so long we couldn't get back in.
Wow.
Only thing we heard was the crowd roaring and people coming out going, "Oh, they're going into overtime. The game is going to overtime. Oh, the game is crazy. The game is crazy." Like for me, being a media guy, like I need to be at those kind of games.
Yeah.
I was stuck on the line with my kids, and I was just telling them, I said, "Yo, I should leave you guys out here because I can just walk right in, right?" I was blaming them so bad. Salute to my guys that I love them so much, but everyone told me that was a classic. 63-59 was overtime, right? Overtime win.
Yeah.
Man, walk me through that overtime, coach. Like, just walk me through that because I missed it, right? I missed it. Like being online.
I mean, first half we struggled, and Leila had got into foul trouble, so we had to kind of. I was doing a lot of offense, defense with Leila, subbing her in and out, trying to keep her in the game, because we knew without her on the floor we were going to be in big trouble. Because the lead was growing. We got down to, I think, 13 points at one point, and at halftime we were down by about 8 or 9. Third quarter we came out, started off great. We cut it down to 4, I believe, and in like the last 30 seconds, Medgravers scored 5 points, including like a jumper at the buzzer, and brought the lead back up to 9, so that everything we worked for in the third quarter went out the drain in the last 30 seconds. So we had to regroup again, and again we started off quickly. We got back into the game. We were playing a boxing one on their best player, and it kind of made a big difference. And down the stretch, it went back and forth, couple shots here and there, free throws. We missed so many free throws, and I think we missed 19 free throws if I'm correct.
Whoo.
And it went to overtime. And then in overtime, their best player was fouled out, and they struggled to score. And then we went up. I think we had like a 6 or 8-0 run to in overtime, and that was a difference. And let me tell you, for somebody who's coached basketball, I've coached a lot of different sports in the PSAL, but it's different when you coach basketball in New York City. There's something special about coaching basketball in New York City, and to win that game at the way we won it was like a storybook ending, especially being able to share that with my daughter.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, you walk in and you hear everyone talking about it, and that was gonna be my next question, Coach. Coach, you have anything else to say before I move on to the next question?
No, it's funny. I was going to ask him about his daughter too, and I know you are. So go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to talk about again your daughter Jasmine and Dominique Charles and the other key players that help make the machine run over there at construction.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said before, it was just real special, and I knew, like, kind of picturing in my head, if we ever did win and she was on a team, I knew, like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna take my coach's hat off for a second, put on my father hat, and enjoy that moment. That even talking about it now, I get emotional.
Yeah, all-time moment there.
You can let out the tears, Dad. It's all good. It's all good.
No, but
Only
I've
New York
I've
City in
had
the
many
world going to
people.
see you.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I've had many people come up to me and just talk about that moment and not the game. Just talk about that moment. But it was great. Um, she played great. I think she had like 6 assists in the fourth quarter and overtime combined, and really proud of her. Um, Dominique was our horse. She's like our dog on the team. You're not gonna outwork her. She's on the floor all over the place. There was actually a key moment in the game where she lost control of the ball, dove on the floor, grabbed it, threw it out to Jordan, and Jordan hit Leila in the corner for the 3, and that gave us the lead. And I feel like from that point on, we kind of never looked back. But Dominique, is a big loss for us. She's a senior. She actually transferred into our school after her sophomore year. Um, but she, like, I felt, and I was talking to Coach Sheila about this. She played her best basketball during the playoffs, and going into the playoff run, we kind of said Dominique and Jasmine were like going to be the X factors, because when those two play well, we are very hard to beat. Jordan and Leila are very consistent, and those two were a little bit up and down throughout the year. But when those two play well, we're very hard to beat, and they both did play well in the playoffs, and the rest is history.
That's crazy. That's absolutely phenomenal. Um, Jordan and
Let
Layla.
me mention a couple more of my girls.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah. Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
definitely
We
want to
got
give them
time.
their props.
Yep.
Um, Gabriela Martinez, who was like our spark plug off the bench, hit about 3 or 4 threes, big threes in the semifinals and the championship. She actually missed all the other playoff games because she sprained her ankle
Wow.
in practice a few days before the first round. So she only played in the semifinal and the final, and she hit a bunch of threes that were huge for us. Um, we have a girl named Yasmin El Sharawi who never played basketball in her life, And her freshman year, I kind of dragged her on the team. She's like, I never played before. I was like, don't worry, we're gonna teach you. And she ended up starting for us, and she actually had the game-winning basket in the championship.
That's right.
Um, we have a sophomore by the name of Alicia Belazaire, who's 6'4", that I think people will begin to recognize and see that she's going to be a force in the city as we go through. She's pretty much just starting to play basketball, but she has developed so much, and I think next year people are going to be surprised about how much of an impact she's going to play. So those girls, and one last player, definitely got to give props to Winter Cavanaugh, who was the girl who played the boxing one for the entire second half in overtime. She made a big difference and kind of changed the momentum of the game.
Winter is not afraid of the smoke. I love the defensive player that's going to shut down the offensive player on the other team. Whenever coach said, you see somebody getting busy, you just tell them, coach, let me get him.
Yep.
You lock them down. Good job. Good job. And that's awesome. Leila and Jordan, this question for you both. Leila, you go first, and Jordan, you go second. What makes coach a good coach in your eyes?
Coach treats us like his own daughters, like we're his own kids. I grew up with him, so that's what I can say I have a special bond, but he treats us like his own family. He makes sure he creates special bonds with us, but he believes in us more than we believe in ourselves. He'll always have the higher expectations of us and know what's better for us and just push us to our best that we could do.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Layla said. He's encouraged us no matter what circumstance that we're in. And also he makes sure that we have love for the game. Like there's moments where we have to be serious, but he tells us to go out there and have fun, especially during the championship. When it was halftime, it was the beginning of the game, we were in the locker room, and he told us to embrace the moment because we don't know if we're ever going to be there ever again. So just stuff like that makes him an amazing coach.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Coach, how do you regroup after having such a successful season without losing momentum going into next year?
I'm a firm believer that it's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder to stay up there. That's why I give a lot of credit to programs like Anwar and South Shore and Mike Lloyd at Brooklyn Law. They've been doing it for years now, and no matter what group they have, they keep on winning. So, I got to give those guys a lot of credit. So, we have a bullseye on our chest right now.
Yep.
Everybody's going to be coming after us, no matter what division we're in. I think everybody is going to want a piece of us, and if we're not ready to play, we're going to get exposed. So just knowing that we're champions and going out there to try to defend that and possibly try to go for a repeat, it's going to be hard. It's going to be harder than this year. And, I think we have to go in with that mindset when it comes to, off-season preparation and just understanding that this is not a 6-month season. This is a 12-month season.
Yeah, somebody's calling your coach right now. Somebody blowing his phone up. It's like, he on TV. Salah's on TV. Coach Salah's on TV. Let's call him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Coach. You might have to just hit your mic back on.
Yeah, just hit your mic back on. But for now, until he comes back, right? How does it feel to be champions? And what are you going to take from this year as a whole? Leila and then Jordan.
It feels amazing. It feels well deserved after all the hard work we put in and the pressure we've had throughout the season. We just used every game as fuel to get better, and we're gonna keep using this chip to get better our program. And we're feeling good at school, feel a little popular, so enjoying the win.
You guys should be. You guys should be walking around. You guys are the talk of the school.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, winning a championship, it was a great experience. There was a lot of people, our coaches, me, Leila, our seniors. Like that was really the reason why we won the championship, because we knew that we deserved it, and we knew no matter like there was nothing that was gonna get in front of us that was gonna stop us from winning. Um, Really the bonds and the family that came out of winning a championship is what I would think about for the rest of my season at construction. There's a lot of family moments that came within it that I will preserve for the rest of my life.
And to add on, what I got from that game against Medgar Evers is I really learned about never giving up. We're down almost the whole game, and not once had I seen my team give up. Never did we think, "Oh, it's over." We fought through together. Everyone had a great attitude. Everyone backed each other up, and we never went down from there. We just fought through. So I got a lesson out of this team this year too, as well.
Pooh, these girls better have a little documentary next season. I gotta tell you, these girls are awesome.
Listen, they win it. They win it next year. We're gonna try to have the whole team on, right? Right. This is something that we gotta celebrate. Listen, Coach, I know you were saying something before you got cut off about rebuilding for next year.
Coach, you there?
Coach Sal, you hear me? Yeah, I think Coach is still probably having problems trying to get on. But as a whole, right? This is what I want to say. We wanted to make this the night we celebrate the girls, because again, I know what it feels like to, see, the Instagram and other places, and the YouTube's filled with the God games and giving a lot of attention, but you girls definitely deserve all attention, all the praise in the world. And we want to say that we are proud of you guys for being champions. And look, we're rooting for you. All right?
Thank you.
Definitely. Coach Sal is having trouble. That's all right, Coach. We go. We're about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah, these ladies know what they're doing. And listen,
have some fun. But let's have some fun with it before we leave. Come on, let's have some fun with it.
You girls ready for some rapid fire? What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna every question I ask, we'll go Leila first, and then Jordan, you can answer right after. Okay. So we'll start with Leila. Who is your favorite basketball player?
Stephen Curry.
Jordan?
Kevin Durant.
Nice. Now, another question. Do you guys watch girls basketball, college, or WNBA?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite college basketball team?
Juju Watkins. Oh, USC because of Juju Watkins.
I like UConn the most.
Okay, you like Paige B?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tough. Who do you model your game after, Leila?
I like to say Juju Watkins. I like to role play her with how she plays.
Love it. How about you, Jordan?
I say Kevin Durant because we kind of have the same play style. We're both tall players that could handle the ball. We can shoot it, and we can also drop to the basket. We can do whatever is needed.
Love it. Leila, favorite pregame meal?
Pasta.
Jordan, how about you?
Any chips.
What's your number one pregame song to get you fired up right now?
I'll say "Everybody" by Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Jordan, what about you?
Any Drake song. I love Drake. So anything from him, sad, not sad, it don't matter.
She said sad or not sad.
All right, Leila, who's got the best impression of Coach?
I'll say Alicia on our team. She could do the best impression of me.
What about you, Jordan? Who are you going with?
Yeah, I agree with Leila. She got the best impression.
Yeah.
Now, who's the best dancer? Who's the best dancer and video gamer on the team, Leila?
I like to say I'm the best dancer. I'll give it to Jordan a close second, but yeah. In video games wise, I'll give it to Jordan. She could play. She could play video.
If it's dancer, Leila's lying. It's most definitely me. But if it's video game wise, I say the other freshman, Alyssa. She could play.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Lou, you got anything? These girls are awesome, man.
Nah. Coach, what does it mean to have, 2-star players that, look, they talk, they speak like they're already in college and already in the WNBA. They're ready for prime time.
Nah, yeah, it just shows how blessed I am because it's tough enough to get one of these girls, in your lifetime coaching, and I've been coaching for a long time.
Yeah.
And to get two of them at the same time on the same court, I'm definitely blessed, and I'm looking forward to the future with them.
And now you got your daughter out there too, man. So
Yeah, it's a special time for sure. Definitely. I gotta say, my father watches every game from Florida, and he called me. He called me during the game. I mean, not during the game. After the game, when we were driving home, and he was crying in tears. So it was definitely an emotional moment for the family. My brother won the city championship with Cardoza in 1999. He was the point guard exactly 25 years ago. And now
wow.
here's my daughter doing the same thing. It was a special moment for the family for sure.
And speaking of that championship with your brother, that and the Wings championship in 2015 is the only time a school outside of Brooklyn won a city championship on the boys' side.
I do
Well,
know.
Cardoza won it twice. Don't forget.
Yeah. Well, I talk about,
Oh
for the time
yeah.
period.
You're
For that
right.
time
You're
period.
right.
Yeah, for the time period. Nah, but for sure. But listen, we want to thank you for coming on. Thank you, Leila and Jordan. We appreciate you for coming on this Friday night. We definitely want to say we're very proud of your accomplishments. Keep making New York City proud and keep your foot in their necks because remember, y'all got the bullseye on y'all back now.
Please come back on.
Definitely.
Of course.
Thank you guys. This has been great.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Yes. Please share the content. I don't care. You can rip it, put it on your page. It's all love, New York City love. For those that first time coming in, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, hit the comments, and show us how much you love these girls in Coach Sal.
Follow the Lady Hawks, man.
That's
Please.
right. All right, Coach. All right, ladies. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
All right.
Man, what a great show for me to meet so many great girls and coaches, man. Those are two phenomenal coaches, man. Those guys really get it. It's so amazing to see, like, as I used to coach, those guys have the exact same mentality that I have. I was just such a player's guy. I was all in with my guys, and you feel the same way with them. I mean, coach is almost getting teared up, not even talking about his own daughter. I mean, really special night. I need some Lady Hawks gear. I want to get to some Lady Jet games. I'm fired up, man. These two programs are awesome.
Nah, that's so real. And who would have known that these two guys was doing a podcast and doing a live during COVID, right? And we get them both on the show, both kind of same mindsets and wanting to see the girls' game grow.
And Pooh, how good were the girls, man? I can't believe how impressive these kids are at such a young age, and with all these focused and so many people telling them crazy stuff with the BAC going around. I mean, those are just three phenomenal girls that any college program would be thrilled to have those kids. I mean, three superstars.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know who the BAC is, that's the Bad Advice Crew. So all I kept hearing was, "Yo, Pooh, she's not going to be there next year." Talking about Jordan, she's not going to. Did you hear how she spoke about that program and Coach Sal and the other girls? That's family.
I mean, the fact what she was talking about, how the girls on the team were pumping her up as a freshman and not worrying about, oh, is this freshman going to take my playing time, or that team is a family, and I felt the same thing with the Jets. I mean, Coach Mike did the same thing. It's like they empower these girls to be good, which is so great to hear. I mean, They're in great hands, Pooh. They're in great hands.
Guess we can wrap it up from here, right?
That's it, my friend. Nothing left to say.
Hey, listen, y'all stay tuned. We're not finished. I know we got a couple more episodes before we end the season off on a great note. But
Oh, yeah.
thank you for taking your time on this Friday night to tune in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I got to shout out my guy, Josh Powell, just got offered by Mississippi State. So
Woo!
Let's go, JP. You're coming on soon, baby. Don't worry. We ain't forget about you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got to bring Mr. Powell on. Oh, yeah. By the way, I will be dropping my top 10.
Oh,
My top 10 on Monday. I will be dropping my top 10 on Monday.
Ask you one more. When are you dropping your player of the years, big dog?
Actually, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Because I didn't even download it real quick.
Because my guy Real Scout threw out his awards.
Oh yeah. You know, it's all good. Salute to my guy Nate Blue.
All day, baby. Love Nate. The best.
This is the preview for Player of the Year. Look at that. Look, my guy, Tasha Rod, my graphics guy.
He does his thing, man. That's pretty sick.
It's crazy. So you already know Boogie Flan, Player of the Year, Captain School League. And then after my top 10s, because it's the top 10 Catholic School League players, top 10 PSAL, and I rank them from 1 to 10.
Oh, baby.
So, y'all can say what y'all want, but it's going to be done the way we do it. And it's all about the players who I saw. So I'm evaluating them right. Then we got the top freshmen, top sophomores, top juniors, and top seniors. And then after that drop, I'll be dropping my all-city teams.
Woo! Man, you got some stuff dropping, Pooh, man.
Man, we got it all dropping, baby. Dropping it like it's hot. Hey, Coach, I'm gonna holler at you, man. I don't know. We may do a special broadcast on Monday, so we can start fitting in some of these Player of the Years and just some of these top 10 players. And Josh has definitely been wanting to come on for a while, so we got to give him some love as well, being one of the only young players that's on the top 10. Got a few, but it's not that many. He's one of the select few.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You have a good night, Pooh, man.
You too. Peace, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. High School Basketball Weekly. We out.
Right. Peace.